Hi, everybody.
Hey, how's it going?
Thanks for joining us tonight. So this is kind of fun. I'm usually, oh yeah. Okay, I think, do you want to put that back?
Yeah, I can hear it
No.
like after the fact. It's bad.
Okay. I will be the one on that duty. So let's see. I'm Susan. If you don't know me, I am Elotica on the internet. I'm the COO at the Key Company. I also design sets like Magic Girl and Pastel. Next to me is Jason. Do you want to introduce yourself?
Hi everyone, I'm Jason. I'm the founder of the Key Company. I'm the acting CEO, and I designed a lot of stuff, but we won't get into all of that. But that's me.
Yeah, this is actually, we're at TKC HQ in Michigan, so behind you can see some of the keyboards on Jason's keyboard. Well, it's very cool.
And the office is spotless, right?
Yes, totally clean. Definitely not a mess on the side over here. Oh, the light too bright? We can fix it if needed.
Which light? From that way or this way?
I don't know. I'm trying to keep up chat also. But ultimately, thanks for taking the time during your holiday weekend to celebrate with us. We want to thank everyone in our community. We actually just celebrated our 4th birthday this year. It's kind of freaking crazy. Yes.
Kind of crazy.
Kind of crazy.
It's been very crazy.
Yeah.
Madness.
We've grown a lot this year. Remember, Jason, at the beginning of the year, it was you, barely me. So I used to work full-time at a different job. People know about the BuzzFeed 50 cent thing. That's from my old job. That's back in February. We kind of joked for a while that I would be able to come and join full-time. Maybe in like 2023. I was like, haha,
Yeah.
how funny.
Well, your salary, I mean, we couldn't. They had to come up with that tech salary.
Yeah, it's pretty hard.
No, it was wonderful having Susan come aboard. I mean, she worked while she was probably at work and then after work. And I mean, we burned her out pretty bad working part-time for us. But I mean, as a since the company kind of started as a hobby, and the community grew so fast, we're just trying to keep up with the growth. We needed more people, and it was you, me, and Jordan. Right. You guys
And
know
Latte.
And Latte. Well, she was a little later. But...
Yeah. Actually, you can see one of her debut desk mat designs
Hit
here.
the button.
Oh yes, the button. We have fancy buttons.
Button.
What's this?
That's the one. Yeah, I love this one.
My notebook is here. It's her future space stuff.
This graphic was originally designed as kind of a part of the marketing campaign for Future Funk, what we ran last year or early this year.
It was early this year.
And yeah, I mean, it's just such a great piece of art that I'm really glad it's on a desk, man. I kind of want to hang it on my wall, to be honest with you.
Yes, we definitely has some demand for a matching print, so maybe we can explore that next year. Speaking of growth, this year, I just want to give a shout out to everyone on our team. We now have people filling out roles in operations, marketing, customer service. I'm looking at a list because there's so many roles. Production, and it's just kind of crazy to think about that.
By the way, on my wish list is a teleprompter. So if anyone wants to buy us a teleprompter or gift us one. Where were we? Yeah, operations, marketing, fulfillment, production, logistics, fulfillment.
Yeah. Maybe we could show off our Porticos. I know a bunch of people here are eager to see some of these babies in real life-ish.
Yeah, so since there's such the community's growing so quickly, and it seems like when I first started TKC, it was a very kind of closed door community. It was very intimidating for a lot of people, and I've worked really hard, and the team has worked really hard with me to make it, to make things easier when you enter into this hobby. When you put away the dirty Dell that came with your computer and you decide to pick up something nicer. So this year we're finally able to offer something a little more complete, comprehensive build that you can get right out of the box. And so what we came up with was this Portico. It's a 65% keyboard. It's a gasket mount. It's got a injection molded silicone sound editing mat inside, backlit RGB, in-switch RGB, and hot swap. I forgot how much we sell this for.
The Magic Girl bundle is $250. We will also be selling keyboard bundles alone at a later time this year.
It comes in a fancy carrying case. They're color matched to the individual colorways of each board. I wish we had a phone number. If you call in now, can't do this all day. So the Portico, we're gonna build one tonight. Put it together. What are you putting on there? Magic Girl, right?
Yes, we actually have. Here's the LEDs. That's just the default, but
Here, I'll hold it over here.
yeah, it's fancy.
Check that out. Wait, it's not gonna zoom because it's not a face. Maybe it will. It's not. Yeah, there it goes.
Yeah.
Oh, it's the RGB's killing it.
Hello.
But yeah, it's a really nice build. It sounds really good. We can do like a. Oh, I need a pen.
I don't have a pen. You also have tangies.
This isn't plugged in, is it?
It's plugged in, but it's okay. You're just
Send that to somebody here. But it sounds really nice. I'm really proud of this thing. Raymond from C3 and I, we've worked very closely on all the C3 products that we've been bringing out this year, and this is no different. We've been kind of designing this on the side. Ooh, man, since I think March was when we started to do it. Broke the mold a few months ago, and we got the first prototypes here. I'm going to be sending some out to, Max F is going to get one. Are we sending one? I think we sent one to Alexitos, or we will be sending one to Alexitos.
Those boys are actually in the chat. So
Oh, hey,
everybody.
what's up, man? Love Alex. COVID ruined we were planning on hanging out this summer, and COVID took that from us. But next summer we will be doing it.
So dramatic.
No, it's just, I love Toronto. It's a great town. So yeah, we're gonna put one together. We're gonna stumble and ramble a bit. We're gonna do what people do when they stream for the first time.
What?
Probably make mistakes.
Oh yeah. So I've been a guest, and so has Jason on several of our friends' streams. This is actually the first time we're doing it ourselves, so yay. We'll see how this goes.
Bear with us.
This is a very akin to how we run the company, like especially since things have grown and. I kind of was full of myself when I quit my job in May and June. Like, how hard could this be? I've managed a team before. Ha 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 ha.
It's humbling, isn't it?
It really is. Getting my butt kicked every other day.
Well, Barnes & Noble was all out of how to run a keyboard business for dummies.
Oh yeah, that's Jason's book.
We've been shooting from the hip.
Jason's gonna write a book called How to Make Keyboard Company for Dummies.
Darude Sandstorm? Yes, they used to play that at every Red Wings game.
Yes.
It gives me a headache and makes me feel like I'm gonna have a seizure.
So he actually knows it. The joke is that a few streams ago I joined Juby's stream and everyone just called me out for not knowing what it was because he went do 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 do. And I was just like, what are you high on?
Oh, it's so bad. That song could literally give someone a seizure.
Yes, thanks, Cardi. Cardi's someone I know. So, hello, thanks for
Cardi,
joining me.
meat soup.
Meat soup. All right, we're already derailing from the notes. Our wonderful.
That's
team
okay.
has
We have 2 hours.
So
We have 2 hours and only 6 beers.
Oh yes. Do you want to show off?
I think we definitely should.
So one cool thing about
Here,
this year is that Infinity, the manufacturer, we have a stake in. You know, we've invested a lot into it. I was actually the one who named and branded the company. One cool thing is that we actually have prototypes of all the key sets we run out before they're like put into for buy. So back and yeah.
That's something we're working really hard to do, is to have actual physical prototypes in hand before any group buys start in the future for key sets and for desk mats, just to kind of change what people have been used to and the disappointment of having a set come out where the colors aren't just right. Because I mean, it's happened to just about every vendor, us included. But I feel like doing this and the ability to do this is going to prevent that from happening in the future. So this should change the game even further.
Yes. It's
This set is awesome, by the way.
Oh, thank you. I'm glad. It's because of the set that we met.
It is.
But I did want to bring it back to what Jason was saying. Like, we will admit to our fault, like, you know, in our hyper growth stage, and we're trying to like make the right decisions at the right moment. It's just really scary to be in this position because I know half the decisions I make are not going to be the right ones, despite my best information and the best of my abilities and intuition. So definitely prototyping things ahead of time, doing color matching and quality control is something we learned the hard way this year.
Well, color is very complex. I think that, and I'll look right at the camera for this one. I think a lot of people take color for granted. Anyone who's had any type of, art training, I mean, anyone who's painted their house, you'll notice that, like, you look at a paint swatch at the light at the hardware store. This is just an example. You look at the paint swatch at the hardware store, and, oh, this paint looks great. Let's bring it home. And then you slap it on the wall, and then some magic starts to happen. That paint pulls color from your hardwood floor. It pulls color from the adjacent wall. It looks different because of the sunlight or the color temperature of your light bulb. So all these things can make color appear different depending on the setting and what you're looking at it alongside. So I mean, that makes things tricky. Good thing we have Susan, who's a trained artist. She's really good at interpreting color. I've noticed some people are better than others. I think you're definitely one of the good ones.
Thank you. I really appreciate that. It was a hard lesson for me because I just assumed everyone knew what colors were, and that was the assumption. So we used my knowledge and like the knowledge of our mistakes to really build out our process to be more thorough and more consistent for the future.
The other hand in that is usually my wife, because before I met you, Lauren is really, really good with color. So I'll throw her a Pantone book, be like, here, get me a good pink. So I give her credit for well, you can't see that Molly up there, but.
Ribbit.
Oh yeah.
Pretty.
Flat out fabulous.
Beautiful color.
I'm a hot pink fan. I'm a child of the 90s.
There it is, everybody. It's actually chunky. This is as heavy.
Can you
as
lift that thing?
It's as heavy as a newborn baby. I do not dare to lift this with one hand.
I think that actually weighs more than my children did when they were born. Is this 9 pounds? Yeah, the Mollies are heavy. This is an old one too. This is a prototype before the flower happened.
Ooh, it's already 15-ish.
Shout out to my boy Mito. Still one of my favorite sets. I'm gonna put it back up there without hitting you on the head. I'm not doing the stream alone. I'm not knocking you out.
Yes, let's start building that portico.
Okay. I'll start putting some stabs together.
Okay. I think we should build the purple one to go with dark.
You'll need this.
Okay. I'll grab the purple one.
Okay. Am I gonna embarrass myself if I put rubber gloves on? I hate grease. I have a thing about grease on my fingers.
All right. We're seeing some questions in the chat.
Yeah, let's see what we got. Forgive
such noobs. Forgive
No.
us.
Huh?
How do we find all the questions?
Can I get into my bank account?
So look. Career opportunities. Someone asked about career opportunities.
Every 2 months, there's a career opportunity.
I think every time someone asks me, "Are you hiring?" I'm like, "No," but pretty quickly, and then like 2 weeks later, I DM them back like, "Yo, we need some help."
Yeah.
So if you're interested in working with us,
Why is it moving so fast?
people are chatting, yo.
Oh, hi everyone. I can't keep up. I'm old.
Yes, the joke in our staff chat is that we're
Oh my God,
mostly
keywords.
Jason, but sometimes me too. We're just kind of
Jason is swole as heck. I'm actually not right now, but thank you, whoever said that. That makes me feel good. I've lost like 15 pounds of muscle in the last 3 months from all this shit we've had going on. Am I allowed to swear? We're gonna get censored?
swearing okay.
Oh, good. Sound test dragon fruits. Okay, we can. Are we doing dragon
We
fruits?
could. It's right there.
We do have them. When we have to build a keyboard with them.
Yes.
Love this color. We had to shoot multiple samples to get it right. But the cool thing is that one of the pinks that we didn't quite like might turn into another switch in the future.
So we don't have a careers page, but we have a general application that I've purposely left open. So if anyone who's interested at all, kind of just apply, drop your name in there, tell us a little bit about your background and what you might be interested in. And when I'm gonna hire someone who has time to actually look through these more often, so we can be prompt about it.
I'm glad you guys like the dragon fruits.
Oh yes, we are also part of the keyboard charity stream for November, Keyboards for November. So you actually see the fancy little stream bar that we have set up at the bottom of the screen. As of now, we have raised just over $2,000, and we're 2/3 of the way there to the goal of $3,000. So, to check out the page, it's in our Twitch About screen, and you can donate there.
What's the charity for?
November, it's men's health.
Ah, I missed that part. I thought you said November. It's
November.
been a long weekend, man. I was cooking turkey 2 days ago. Well, I'm gonna get to work on these stabs. So, our newest member of the team, who is working in customer service right now, will soon be switching over to the logistics team. An old friend of mine. Do you guys remember the raffle we did for the brass plate TKC 1800 for my friend the Chief? Well, he's retiring from the Coast Guard and he's coming to work for TKC. So he stole my last brush for lubing because he wanted to build a keyboard. But good thing, 2 days later, these bad boys came in. There you go. Who did that?
Who did that?
Man, that was cool. So these were made by my friend in Australia, Steph, over at Switch Keys. You get several different size brushes, storage for 3 types of lubricant, all in a handy dandy carrying case. And we're gonna be rolling these out really soon. I don't know exactly which day, but stay tuned, they will be soon. Probably run some kind of discount with lube or something with these when we roll them out. So I'm gonna use these to lube the stabs. I'm gonna try something new. I got this at Tractor Supply. I'm not sure what its actually intended use is for, but I'm going to try to push dielectric grease through it because I'm really sick of dielectric grease going all over the place when I lube my stabs.
Now look who's in chat. It's our boy Claviar.
What up, Q? My boy.
Yeah, he was actually the one who introduced us.
Here's to Q, man. Thanks, buddy.
A bunch of credit for making this crazy thing happen.
When COVID ends and Q finally shows his face on stream, I hope it's live with us. We'll make it happen. We'll do it from Manhattan.
Wasn't he gonna live in your basement?
What's that?
Wasn't he gonna live in your basement before COVID happened?
I did invite Quentin to come live in my basement for the summer, and then COVID happened. So we are going to use C3 stabs in the color purple Susan requested, and rose gold wires. I'm so happy we can make colored wires. I think steel wires are so boring. It's like Helvetica. Inside joke.
Sweet. So we have a bunch of things we wanted to give away. So maybe the first thing we'll give away is, Jason calls it a bag of tangies. Don't worry, it'll come in the container you all know and love.
Tangies? Or should we give away dragon fruits?
Just dragon fruit.
You guys want tangies or dragon fruits?
Why my brain just...
Straw poll.
I'm sure they're gonna want dragon fruit.
Hey, Jordan's on. What's up, buddy?
It's so fat. I am also very tired.
Everyone's saying dragon fruits.
See, okay.
Yes, they're unreleased. If you win these dragon fruits, you'll have them before the general public.
Yes, and then you can brag about it, and then we'll be a little bit upset if you flip them, but I guess we can't stop you.
Yeah, if you flip them, I'll come to your house because I'll know where you live.
Holy crap.
I'm just kidding. I won't do that.
Alright. Keyword is bday14. We'll drop it in the chat too. So, yeah, I don't know how this works, but I bet a lot of people know how this works.
What are we doing?
So the way it's worked is it's a bot and it sets up to a keyword, so all these people can enter in for the giveaway.
Okay.
Isn't that fancy?
Cool.
I don't know anything. So
Do we have like we look at a metric of how many people entered, or we just have to look at the scrolling screen? We really don't know what we're doing at all on screen, do we?
Yeah, we don't know what we're doing. We have to give a shout out to our team.
Yeah, our boy Launch, he's like the tech guy. He bridges the gap from,
I saw that, Ringo Liam.
He's the only person that call me boomer and I don't get upset about it.
Because we're actually boomers.
I'm not. My parents are boomers. But yeah, I get the joke. But I think you guys even made an emo to insinuate that I'm a boomer. Because I didn't know who Senpai was.
Who's Senpai?
I think they even made a shirt to make fun of me about that.
The launch will roll at some point. I don't know. When do we stop? Just whenever we feel like it, I guess.
Yeah, launch has been up for like 3 days straight.
Bad.
You gotta start taking that apart.
This?
Yes.
Purple.
Because we gotta put these stickers on it. Oh, purple one? Purple. Oh yeah, the Portico, by the way, also comes with a fancy coiled cable.
Oh yes, it's actually what's plugging into the Team Liquid one I built together.
USB-C, which everybody's always... I love USB-C. I hated it when it first came out because it was new, and now I don't want anything that's not USB-C.
It's actually pretty good for a starter cable, so you can take your sweet time shopping for a matching one.
And here you go.
Here we are. I'll take this apart, show you some of the things that are in here.
Remember to be careful about the standoffs.
Stand up.
We will have we were working on an illustrated instruction manual for assembling it, as well as I don't have a firm commitment yet, but a very well-known streamer may be making a video, a build video for us as an instruction video as well. So anyone who's thinking about jumping into the keyboard world and is afraid that building a keyboard is intimidating or difficult, I'm going to do everything in my power with my team to make sure that you won't have an issue. Okay, now lubing stabs. You need to do that.
What's these?
These are stickers that come with the C3 stabs for you to put on your PCB to prevent kind of the cushion out the bottom out between the stab insert and the PCB.
Oh, cool. So I have to admit, I'm actually an imposter. I've totally admit this on other streams before. I use an Ergodox. The hardest part about setting up the stream PC was that I type in Dvorak on the Ergodox, so I kept plugging in keyboards from this keyboard watch trying to get it to work. I'm like, why does it work? Turns out half of them are not powered, so that's not completely my fault, but...
Another wonderful thing about C3 stabs, not to shill too hard, but these are pre-clipped, so there's no clipping involved. Right? You can't see that. There's no way you can see that, but you don't need to clip them. Okay, so let's get to lubing here.
Someone asked when are blackberries coming.
I don't know. Ask the factory. I've been pretty annoyed that I've had to wait even this long. Apparently, if anyone really wants to know, this is one of those things where my wife would be like, no, I just needed a yes or no. I don't need a full explanation. But I'll give it to you anyway. The thing with the blackberries is that their equipment is set up to make tactiles, linears, etc. They're not making a clicky switch yet. So for them to add a click jacket to the stem, they have to, engineer some new process in the machine. I've actually seen the machines. I had lunch with the guy who makes all of the switches we sell and the T1s, everything from Durock, basically. Great guy, really smart engineer, very innovative guy, very passionate about making a good switch. It's just that everybody's buying so many switches, it's really hard to have them, break stride to make new molds or new machines. So they will be out as soon as possible. Trust me, I make a fuss about it every single week.
We do have a color sample at least. Oh yes, we have a wiener. Ducks on quack.
Ducks on quack? I love that.
DM, one of our CS guys, in our TKC Discord, and they'll help you out.
Or, you know what, tell Luke to write his name down.
Or
Their name down.
do we have? Oh,
I got a pen. We get like 50 emails. I won! Is that how that works?
actually, we'll DM you on Twitch. That should be easier, so we don't get a bunch of random DMs like I'm the winner.
So before anyone goes and, you know, raises hell about the way I'm lubing my stabs, I do things my way. You can do things your way. So what I do, as I mentioned before, I have this thing. I don't know. There's probably a, you know, like, what is it? There's arachnophobia. Everyone knows that because they made that crappy movie in the 90s.
Oh, the fear of spiders.
What's agoraphobia?
Oh, like fear of spaces or open spaces.
That's a weird fear.
It's a weird fear.
It's basically the opposite of claustrophobia.
Yeah, I think so.
Who would be afraid of that? There's got to be some phobia about having grease residue on your fingers because it literally makes me crazy. And I've noticed my son is getting the same way. Like, anytime he gets stuff on his hands, he starts freaking out and wiping them on his pants or like running to the sink. So
Don't worry, we'll have other giveaways.
I think it runs in the family. Anyways, I'm very weird about getting grease in my fingers, so I use one of these dealios to grab stuff. You can get them on Amazon for like, I don't know, $1. I'm applying a light film of 3204 with a chisel tip brush to the stab inserts just to help them smooth glide through there. And then I'm going to fill the housings with dielectric grease to prevent wire rattle, which is another one of my biggest pet peeves with keyboards.
Yeah, I think one thing a lot of people maybe in the community who are newer don't know is Jason's actually a huge keyboard. He was showing me his collection. This is my first time I visited him in his office. There's some really cool stuff in here.
It's actually the first time anyone who's into keyboards has visited my office, and it's like, there's a lot of stuff in here.
Bottom. All right, there's some neat stuff in here. This is the Silicone Dampening mat. Did I say that right? It has a hexagon shape in it. Comes with the keyboard.
It sounds good. I'm loving this. I wish we'd make that for this TKC 1800.
Here, the PCB. Yeah.
This is when the standoffs are going to go flying everywhere.
Okay, I need to be careful.
Here.
What are we drinking, says Q?
Oh.
Russian.
This is actually from your neck of the woods, brother. Since I didn't want to get inebriated on stream, we were drinking Schofferhofer. It's like the lowest ABV alcohol beer I think in existence. It was like 1.9% or something. 3.2% alcohol. You could literally drink this all day and never get drunk. And it's good. It's grapefruit. Hefeweizen.
This office is our HQ. Jason's actually, well, I guess his buddy Jay Rice, when he joins full-time, will work here too. But we were actually a distributed team across the US and Canada. So it's actually pretty neat, I think, that we were able to hire and have folks all over contribute to the company.
Okay, phase 2.
Okay, stuff is coming. Okay. This is...
How many boomers does it take to build a Portico?
2. Alright. Something else I have to do. Oh, yes, I see it.
Yeah, you got all the standoffs on the back. So another cool thing, there's a foam gasket between the PCB and the plate. And there's screws.
Yes, and you get the
There's
screw.
5 of them.
Okay.
I'm not gonna lie, I had every intention of saying, hey, let's build a Portico off stream before we do it on stream.
So it's like magic.
Yeah, and well, we didn't have time. So Susan arrived on, what was it? Tuesday. And she's staying at my mom and dad's house because I don't have a guest room. And Jellybean's there hanging out right now, probably getting fed.
Oh yeah, so people who don't know, JB, Jellybean, Grass Jelly Jelly Boy, is my black and tan Shiba Inu. And he's getting spoiled by Jason's parents. He didn't even want to sleep with me in the bed last night. That's how spoiled he got. Got stopped really fast.
And FYI, if you're considering buying a Shiba or adopting a Shiba, think long and hard about it.
One of Jason's favorite things is this picture of a children's storybook I saw. It's called The Horrors of Living with a Shiba Inu.
The horrors. I shared that with my mom before you came to visit.
Oh, yeah?
So you're sure you want this dog in your house? She's like, oh, it'll be fine.
Was she had texted you something like this? The Horrors of Jelly Boy?
He's not that bad. Him and the cats, though. I'm a cat guy. We have Maine Coons. And there's actually a Marco emote in our Discord. If you're ever wondering about the cat with the big tooth, that's my cat Marco. He's like he's a monster. And he and Jelly did not get along.
Yeah, the cats and dogs don't mix, turns out.
Who knew?
Who knew? Okay, I got the screws off. Oh wait, still one more.
One,
Okay,
two.
there's one more. Okay.
We're getting there.
Picture. Someone on our staff has pictures handy. I think I posted a few selfies on Twitter or whatever with the cats.
Don't put that one of me in my pajamas holding him up on the internet, please. Thank you.
It's just me. Oops, did you drop something?
I got it.
Alright, here we go. Here's the PCB.
So we're gonna have to talk about getting these like glued or welded or something.
So luckily these are prototypes, so one benefit is that we're discerning them, we're giving feedback.
They're going into production very soon though, so I'm gonna Monday morning deal with that.
Okay, here's the, what's this was? Piece of foam. Oh, I see what you meant. Oh no.
Oh, this one? You guys, I was mentioning how we had shot several colors of this pink to get the right color for the dragon fruit. So one of them came out a little too red. No, I think it's more of a red than a pink. Maybe it adds a bit of orange. So I just threw a black stem in it and said, hey, you know what? I think we could do something with this. So you guys like it? Yes, they're screw and stabs. I need to go get the screws. I left them in the other office. So let's try this thing. This is gonna get ugly. This is gonna make a mess, I know it. Yeah, this isn't gonna work. That's unfortunate. This comes with a lure lock needle, and even the biggest one, I don't know if you guys know what lure locks are. They're like needles you can twist onto a syringe. I was gonna use one to just shoot it right into the stab, and this stuff is just too thick to go through any. I don't know, maybe I could find a bigger one. Do this stuff.
Also guys, we'll do another, for everyone, we're gonna do another giveaway in about 10 minutes or so.
What are we giving away?
I don't know. What do you feel like? A big one? A small one?
Let's give away a desk mat.
All
one
right.
of the new ones.
We have a bunch of cool new in stock desk mats, so.
So this is an old trick. Oh, you gotta put the band-aids on, the stickers. So these stickers go on the PCB, where in the middle of the stab. So when you look on your PCB, this isn't meant to be an instructional video, but I wanted everybody to see this. What just happened? Oh, what's going on here? So on your PCB where your stab holes would be, you just place the sticker kind of between them, and that when the insert smacks the PCB when you're typing, it won't make that awful tinning noise. Now, what I'm doing here, this is something I like to do. Take some dielectric grease, I just put it in this jar, and just kind of goop it on the end of your stab. You don't need a ton of it, but you can see that. Yeah, there you go. It's a nice glob. This is how I do it. And then I put it into the stabilizer. If you do that, if you ever picked up like a $700 keyboard and shook it and you hear rattling inside like it's broken, I hate that. This eliminates that sound.
How's that?
This is gonna take a minute.
Okay.
Moving slow today. And it takes me longer because I hate getting grease on my fingers.
Oh, our giveaways will be done with a keyword, so we'll announce the keyword in about 7 minutes. While Jason's futzing with that stab.
Futzing.
Futzing. Keeping an eye on the chat if there's any other questions.
I hope we're entertaining enough.
No.
There's not.
Are we entertained?
Are you not entertained? Ugh.
We could tell more stories. I think stories are like what we have.
The humanity. I got grease on my fingers.
Let's see.
At least this stuff is water soluble.
Wait, are these south facing?
I don't know. I honestly haven't even had a chance to even think about that. Well, south facing would be that's south.
What?
This.
Normal.
I'll put a switch in there.
All right, I'll put a switch in here, and then. They go this way. If that's south or north, I don't have a switch compass.
Switch compass.
Switch compass.
Let me see.
South facing, so it is south facing.
I can't see. Yeah, those are south facing.
Okay, well, that's that. South facing. Someone asked if Portico will be ever in an ISO layout. I have an opinion on this, but
honestly,
back.
yeah, like
I'm
you know,
a little bit butthurt.
you know, as much as I love to make everybody happy, as best as I can, I'm a people pleaser. I really try to be. Just in order to make these things, I mean, I don't see why we couldn't make a one-off PCB and sell it on the side. I mean, there's enough demand. But there's no plans to do it right now. If a vendor in the EU wants to make it happen, or I mean, something, maybe we can talk about it. But there's nothing planned for that yet. Sorry.
Yes.
Learn how to hit a slightly smaller enter key. That was rude. Sorry. I mean, I get it. The big enter key, I get it. I kind of like the way I hit, like it feels when you smack an ISO enter versus a
Do you?
I do actually. Do you see that little macro pad I have?
I
on my
know
desk?
the single ISO enter macro pad. It's kind of
I
cute.
forgot who designed that, but I thought it was brilliant because anyone who uses ANSI has about, I don't know,
1,000 of those.
at least 1,000 ISO enter keys laying around. Like, what do you do with them? I just use it as a shut up button. I use it for muting. Shut up! So much grease. I'm gonna go wash my hands after this. Well, you gotta do the stickers, dude.
Oh, all right. Tell me how to do these stickers.
So you put them in between. Look, all right. So where you put a stab, you put it right in this middle area. Right here.
In between?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's where the stem would hit the PCB.
Does it matter when the dark corner goes? Probably not.
Oh, dude, that's upside down.
Ah! This way.
It's still upside down.
This?
No, I'm just fucking with you. It's
Oh.
fine. They're omnidirectional.
How fancy. Okay. Yeah, I think I was saying earlier, I'm a bit of an imposter because I actually had all my friends build my keyboard. They're very nice to me.
I used to build keyboards all the time.
I'm good at leading a company. I'm less good at building a keyboard.
You know, I'll tell you, like, a lot of times in my life, I've heard people tell me, like, if you ever turn your hobby into a job, you'll hate it, and it won't be your hobby anymore. But that's not happened to me. I just don't get the time to do it, which is the unfortunate part. I would love to just spend time and I have so many unbuilt keyboards. Thank goodness for Max F. He's built a few for me.
Someone asked what our general plans for the company are. I know we won't talk about everything at length, but what is something you're excited about for next year, Jason?
General plans. Well, I'm not sure if it would. I mean, should we talk about the thing we're doing with Ernie? Do you think anyone would care about that?
Like, unless there's some business nerds in the chat, I don't know.
Got any business nerds out there? How many people know what an ERP is?
Do you like project management, everybody? So, some people do, yeah. Go for it.
Yeah, so right now I am working not frantically, but diligently with a very close friend of mine to develop an ERP solution for us to use. To kind of ease things between us and the proxies, make things move smoother between us and the factories because we have so many group buys going on at any one time. So that's one big thing that I'm super stoked about. And once that gets a little bit, gets kind of buttoned up and things get a little better, with that, I kind of want to put a little bit more attention to our packaging and our fulfillment and just kind of change the way we do that a little bit. As far as new products, I really don't think we can talk too much on that.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
We are very excited though. Our special collaboration with Team Liquid finally went live yesterday. Been sitting on that news for a while. Just like, I love sharing things and being excited with my friends, so it's really hard for me to keep my mouth shut for happy about that. So we can't say what exactly we have in store next year, but stuff of similar caliber is coming our way. Just keep my lips tight.
For those of you who don't know, all of our lubricant at TKC is packed here in this building. I don't know if you care, but I decided to mention it. What's Jason's favorite board?
What is Jason's favorite board?
I don't really have. I mean, honestly, if you go in terms of how many of like the one I own the most of, it would be the TKC 1800. I just love the 1800 layout. But as far as favorites, I don't really have one. There's too many good boards.
Is Jason keyboard of boards yet?
That's why we made the keyboard hat.
Yes, it's sold out, so we're definitely gonna bring it back.
I'm not bored of keyboards yet. I just wish I had more time to enjoy them instead of the business end of it.
Jobs.
Oh, we need to get some screws.
Getting the screws, everybody.
Squeezy.
Just me. What secret should I leak while he's not looking?
You're on your own.
Lol. Yes, something I'm excited about. So instead of planning things last minute, I have actually planned out most of my personal design line for all of next year. So Gamer Girl is my newest set. It's already been submitted for prototype. I believe Infiniky is actually working on it now because I accidentally forgot to outline my fonts and they were like, yo, you have to outline your fonts. I'm like, I'm sorry, there's so much stuff to do. So, you know, I am a human with human faults. We also have some exciting returns of my classic designs and some new ones I haven't shown yet. So have a whole season of stuff lined up for next year. Jason's back. Oh yes, and then Magic Girl Round 2 is also still live until next Friday, December 4th.
Oh, I grabbed a partially open bag of screws. I have to go again. But I can get a beer while I'm up.
Magic Girl and Cherry profile. I'm against it, we'll see what happens. But I definitely designed it to be on DSA, so I'll have to figure out how it actually looks on a sculpted profile. And what I'm wearing is actually Magic Girl apparel from round 1. I think I'll bring these back next year in some way, shape, or form. But this logo is actually also... I have my own server in addition to the Key Company server. I actually see some familiar usernames in the chat. So thanks for everyone who's in the Cute Keyboard Club for showing up. It is a community, not just for my designs, but there's like a bunch of sections. You could straight up ignore my category and have a great time in that server and never think about my work because there's a really vibrant community around all cute keyboards and desks, as well as a bunch of other cute interests, including pets, plants, ink, which I actually think is hilarious because it swings between tattoos and like actual pen and fountain pen ink every once in a while. And
you want me to do this?
Go for it. And there's a nice little cultural thing now where people just vibe in the voice channels and we don't really talk, but we just listen to a playlist together. It's really nice. I've enjoyed it. Played.
Dun, 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 dun. That song's stuck in my head now. And whoever said that Darude Sandstorm, oh, you're killing me.
The biggest lesson learned. I'm looking at the chat for questions. What is the biggest lesson you learned this year running this company? He sighs because there's so many.
I mean, I don't know, man. I learned something new every day. And I'm the kind of person too where I kind of make it a point to just keep learning no matter how old I get. Hardest lesson learned?
Well, something that stands out, I guess.
That's a typical question because no matter what, it's going to end up talking about a failure or a folly. You okay?
I just almost spit out my beer.
Oh,
That's
man.
True. Well, maybe something I can wrap up into a folly, but then positive thing.
Sure.
That we launched. So I had this silly idea earlier this year. I was like, I'm gonna invite my favorite artist to make a desk mat for us. Jeannie, do you want to make a desk mat to match with pastel?
Ooh,
So the
love that desk
Netist desk mat was born out of this idea I had. I was like, I'm gonna pay my favorite artist some money and get a desk mat out of it. Win-win.
That worked out really good. Because, I mean, a lot of artists, people don't put enough value in art, or at least a monetary value in art. So to be able to put some money in an artist's pocket makes me feel really good.
Yeah, and then I was like, why don't we just do this? I'm just gonna like kick off artist / desk mats X TKCs and buy a bunch of artists I really like to make desk mats for us. This is my favorite thing ever. I'm actually a little bit heartbroken right now because of some of the QC issues we ran into. And Jason can attest to this. I'm really hard on myself when things don't go perfectly.
Oh my God, I almost had to fly it out to her and console her. You are very hard on yourself, but it's because you're a perfectionist.
Yes, I try very hard.
So honestly, let's just talk about the elephant in the room. You know, I didn't make any public talks about after the desk mat, the Islander desk mat debacle, I guess, for lack of a better word. But I mean, just because I wasn't there to talk about it doesn't mean I'm not taking it extremely seriously. Since that happened, we've been in contact with the girl. First of all, our contact at the factory is incredibly proactive and very helpful. We communicate quite a bit, but we have put in a lot of new things that you're going to see coming out to make sure that nothing like that ever happens again, because we take it very, very seriously. Why do I have an extra stabilizer? Oh,
There's 4, right?
yeah, there's 4 now.
Oh, right.
I can't count.
Yeah, so our contact has been super proactive trying to problem solve this with us. She immediately took action when we reported things back to her. We've been since getting a lot of prototypes in. I have so many desk mats in my apartment now as a result of this.
Well, that stack over there.
Yeah, there's also a huge stack off to the side that I've been photographing for Black Friday sale yesterday. Was that yesterday? Can't believe that was yesterday.
Yes, yes, Luke, we will. Look at that
Oh.
camera. Stop looking at the monitor.
Look at the monitor. I'm such a boomer.
I know, right?
Yeah, so some of the amazing things that came out of the desk mats, though, is I actually had a few artists be like, did I have to buy my own desk mat? I'm like, please don't, because I'm going to send you on the house desk mat. And then sometime... yes. A reminder for a giveaway. What do we want to give away now?
Oh,
yeah.
desk mat.
Yes, we've been talking about desk mat.
I think we should give away one of the, let me think, which one do I want to do?
We can just have them pick. Anything that's in stock from our Black Friday collection, you can have that one. So
I highly recommend the Silverware or the Pixel series. Those are both really good. I mean, all of them are really good, to be honest.
yeah.
Now here's where I'm going to do this boomer thing that I do where I always test my stabs before I finish building the keyboard, because if you ever soldered an entire keyboard, put the caps on, and then have a key stick on you, as Jordan would say, what does he say? Pain.
Pain's sad.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's pain like you've never felt.
The keyword is going to be 8888.
Wait, what?
Big luck. Is that what it said? Lol, I missed it. Big luck. And the joke is, our desk mat factory is, of course, in China. So for one of for the lunar holiday in September, she was like, number 8 is super lucky. I'm like, yeah, I know, because I'm also Chinese. So
Oh yeah.
lots of ba 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 ba.
I'm just doing this because this is what I do.
Testing it.
Yeah, I always do this. Are we using dragon fruits on this?
Yeah, why not?
Thought you were gonna do banana splits.
I was, but people like the dragon fruit.
Yeah, that'll give them a nice sound test.
Yes, then you can all hear it on the stream. Camera's over there, yes, okay.
Yes, hi camera.
Hello, Cam. Keep forgetting.
There's gonna be a knock at the door. It's like, Western Union, what's up? Luke said, look at the camera.
the notepad he's controlling.
I know.
Fucking the worst.
Yeah, so one of our staff members, the very talented young man by the name of Launch, is remote into the computer right now and doing a lot of the stuff for us because we're too inept.
My username in Discord.
Okay, last one.
And a bunch of other Chinese people's usernames.
Look at that, man. For a reverse die sub spacebar, there is literally no warp on that thing.
Pretty chill.
Yeah, Infinikey, man. I started working on Infinikey in
Oh yeah, that's a good story.
2018. I started. That's when I started working with these guys, and I think things really came together kind of when you came on board, and we branded it, gave it a name, and then Jordan now, or Rise, if you guys know Rise, that guy has basically made it his life's mission to make these the best keycaps you can buy, and I think he's doing a fantastic job. Between him, one creative mind, and several other people, if you haven't tried an Infinity set yet, I encourage you to do so.
Yes.
Damn, these are in there. I need to get one of those switch Helios. Okay, now we gotta put this back together. This is gonna get... Oh, look, you didn't move it. Very cool.
Tried my best.
No, you did great. Here, don't even move it.
One rolled off. Oh no, that one rolled off.
I got extras too, just in case. Need tweezers?
It went.
That's why I brought extras.
Nice. Extras are good.
This is TKC. There's always extras.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Oh, there's also one here, I think.
There's 5.
Oh wait, they're here.
You need tweezers?
No, my hands are tiny. Benefit. Alright, everyone. 2 more minutes to enter the giveaway. The keyword is 8888. Big luck. That's 4 8s. Big luck.
Here, you do this because you got a better view.
Alright.
No, I need to do something. I feel like, well, people can't talk because they're entering the thing, but...
It's alright.
I was going to ask if anybody's a fan of this really bad movie called Talladega Nights. And whenever I'm streaming, I feel like that scene with Ricky Bobby where he's doing this with his hands and he keeps talking.
Yes,
You've never seen
weird.
Susan's never seen any movie. I'm like, hey, you ever see that movie, blah, blah, blah? And she looks at me like, huh?
Huh? What's do-do-do-do-do? What's movie?
Yeah.
Music. Alright. Let's find out what I do next.
Put screws in. The black ones.
Black screws.
Yes, I love it too. It's funny.
People keep asking why you're so swole.
Exercise and proper diet. I've made it I was skinny fat in 2017, and I made it a mission of mine to get swole. You guys gonna need to see my friend Ernie one of these days, though. He makes me...
Alright, I'm gonna roll the giveaway. Good luck, everybody.
Yep, and I'm pouring a drink.
Can I get one?
Can we drink on stream? This is no name bourbon.
Right. Ben Swench, you are the winner. Congratulations. The TKC of a desk mat, your choice of anything that's in stock. The TKC Twitch account will DM you for deets. Oh my god. Okay.
Proper diet. This is what makes you swole.
This makes you swole. Cheers.
Cheers.
Don't worry, everyone. We'll do another giveaway in about 15 minutes. We have some big ticket things we wanted to give away. You actually want to talk about?
How do you plan to address the issue of some of the banana split stems being too wide? I've only heard of a few people complaining about that, so if you've got an issue, let us know what caps it's happening with so we can, kind of further investigate. We can always contact customer service. We could replace a few of them if we need to, or just refund the order. But considering we sold 500,000 of them, and I've heard about that issue, maybe...
I've only heard about it once.
I can count it on my one hand. I wouldn't say that it must be a very isolated issue. So get with our customer service team; they'll take care of it.
Yes, I think one of the realities of making physical products is no matter how perfect things are, there's always a tiny error of margin that's just expected, and that's why we have holdback stock and extras lying around so we can take care of it.
Jordan popped in and said it's on MDA caps, which are notoriously tight. So
yes, that was the only time I saw it too.
And is anyone even manufacturing that profile anymore?
Maybe some bootleg stuff off the internet.
Yeah.
So if you have normal stuff, you're good.
Many. So one set warm up, 3 working sets, 1 set to failure, like complete burnout. Just lower the weights and just keep going until you're like gonna puke. That's how you get swole. And eat a lot of chicken and rice. Anyone on my team will tell you anytime I'm eating, I'm screaming. It's chicken and rice.
All right.
You get them all?
There's 2 more on this side. Just need to get it.
There should be 5. 1. You might have to kind of push down on them to get the. Let me get some tweezers. Let me get the tweezers. I'll give you the tweezers.
Tweezers. I don't know how streamers do this. It's really hard to do this and talk and monitor everything. Ugh. So much respect every time I have to do this, even as a guest, and especially as a host.
Choose your weapon.
Nice. Point. Oh,
They're sharp as F too. Don't stab me.
that's okay. This is what women use to get out overgrown.
You guys like hold those things close to your eyes. Like it's just.
Beauty is pain.
I've heard that. So while Susan put switches together, I thought maybe I would share a couple of my vintage boards. Does anybody want to see some vintage keyboards that you've probably never seen before? Anybody? Progressive spring switch. No, not until JWK upgrades their equipment. Sorry. Trust me on that one. Okay, holy moly. Okay, I'll go get some vintage keyboards.
Yes, for those of us who are joining, I am building the purple Portico keyboard, and we're gonna use dragon fruit switches. Jason just put together the stabs, and I'm gonna put the DSA Dark Magical keycaps on these. In concentration, everybody. Oh my gosh, it fell over. Yeah, straight on.
Okay.
One.
I'll just bring this whole pile back here. I brought several. So I give these people something to you can keep this entertainment going while you're putting it. Okay.
Hey, we have a new viewer, so maybe we should briefly introduce ourselves?
Oh, sure. Yes.
If that counts.
Who's going first?
Go.
Paper, scissors, rock for it?
Oh, sure.
1, 2, 3.
Oh, shit.
Shit, she won. All right.
Well, I didn't.
Oh, you cheated? Okay. 1, 2, 3. Oh,
Wait.
she won again.
Okay, what?
Undefeated champion. All right,
All right,
you go
whatever.
first.
Hi. I am Susan, aka Mint or Mintlotica, COO at the tea company.
The
The
tea company?
tea company.
We're selling tea now.
I am very tired.
It's okay.
I also design DSA Magic Girl and Pastel PBT, in addition to helping lead the company.
I'm Jason. I'm the founder and CEO of the Q.Dot company. I've brought you various designs such as GMK Terminal, the TKC 1800, the Molly, the candy bar. I had help with those, but they're my concepts before anyone gets upset. Love keyboards, very passionate about it. And my biggest goal is to just bring it out and make it easier for everybody to join our hobby and our community. So without further ado, I will show some cool vintage stuff.
Yes, some
Should we
content.
start with?
Jason got out some cool keyboards from his collection to show everybody. To also prove he's an actual true keyweeb.
Okay, so I guess I'll start with this one because I think this one's really weird. What's the year on this one? Doesn't have a year, but I think it's past 2000, which is really weird because it has Alp switches in it. So, Japanese keyboard, Alp switches, weird layout, clicky, also rattly as hell. But I really love the layout of this thing, so I thought I'd share that one. It's a Philco, blue color. You can plug in the cable on either side, which is cool. I don't type on this one though; it's a little noisy for me, and honestly, I'm not a big fan of the feel of these particular Alp switches. I do love Alp switches though; they're my favorite. I've actually talked to factories about making a Brown Alps clone, maybe next year. I don't know. Here's a cool one. Who's a Topre fan?
Topre.
Anyone? Anyone? Topre? Is Topre dead?
Topre's not dead.
I don't know, man. I haven't heard the word Topre in a while.
Topre? Are we saying it wrong?
Topra.
Topra? Topre?
Topra, yuck. Ooh.
Ooh, spicy.
Ouch. Topra's cool, man. It's orthopedic. It's ergonomic.
Topre swole, someone said.
Topre been dead, bro. Topre is dead. You all are just count. Oh, yeah, that was me. Anyways, if you've never seen one of these before, this is the Sony BKE 2011. This thing is what drew the inspiration for the BKE domes. So what people would do is buy one of these if you can find one. This is, I think you would find these in like news vans or something, or in video editing rooms. But it's got really, really heavy Topra domes. Really cool looking PBT caps. It's made by Sony.
Close.
Oh, yeah. And this rotary encoder on here, I swear if I could take this thing off and put it on something else, I would, because this thing is just glorious. I love it. It's out of focus. Come on, camera. Sony, zoom in on your Sony.
Wait, do we do this camera? Does it help?
No.
This way? Is that? Oh, yeah, you can see that. Yeah, look at that.
There you go. Look at those colors.
ISO.
It's a beauty. I've been promising to send this to my friend Jacob's Mirror in Ohio for quite some time to tear it apart, but I don't know if I want to take it apart. I kind of like it leaving it intact.
All right, I've screwed everything back in successfully.
Let's fit in one shot. We might have to get a wide angle camera.
Hey, someone in chat asked what your watch is.
Oh. This is a Rolex Daytona. The Panda. Oh, wait. The button.
Hit the button?
Can you see? Okay. I love this thing. Is it too early? You want to see another keyboard?
Do one more.
My wife bought me this watch.
Someone asked what we did before we did Key Company.
Oh.
Really cool story. I don't know how personal you want to get, but I think it's super sweet.
That would be a good way to kill some time, though, honestly.
Let's maybe kick off another giveaway, and then we can tell that story.
Word. Okay. What are we giving away this time?
Let's go into something big. Do you all want Infinity Cafe giveaway or a candy bar with candy bar key set giveaway right now?
We're gonna go with the candy bar.
What do you think? I don't know. Infinity Cafe was hot.
Yeah, Infinity Cafe was pretty hot. Can I have a dog?
Oh, it's about even. Let's do Cafe. Just because I have one over here, I want to show it off.
Yeah, Cafe's. I'm pretty sure OCM designed the box with Lang. Man, this is the coolest packaging I've ever seen. I'm a big coffee fan. Who is it?
Oh.
Here, middle button.
Middle button. There we go. It's a beautiful latte art. And then Cafe, Infinity, and then box for you.
Oh man, someone just had an aneurysm on.
Someone just had
in the chat room. It's really good. I think
It's really.
Lang, please let us make more of these. Please.
Please,
I
chat
beg of
begs
you.
you. Chat begs you. There's foam between each layer.
If he says no, I'm going to give his email address to everybody in chat, and they can just all just email him and say, please.
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 Please. I feel like we should also add on a one of the novelty kits, because that's kind of where the beauty is. So
How about the full thing? The full complement, man. You get Arabica, the add-on, and the base kit. That will be the giveaway.
That's the base.
Islander's on a boat and will be here next week. Whoever asked.
Yes, we also have these nice little sleeves for our add-on kits. So here's Arabica. I'm gonna shook it up a little bit, but
I would have shipped Islander by air, but DHL literally wouldn't pick it up because it was too big. It was like literally a container full of cats. We sold that many of them. People were that crazy for it.
they're crazy.
Is that the Weebrew set? Can we make that joke?
Do it.
Yeah, so, you know, you guys know what Weeb legends are, and since this is Arabic, I mean, it doesn't really work because it's a different language, but I called it Weebrew. I thought it was funny. I don't think anyone else did. Maybe you did. Did you think it was funny?
I thought it was funny.
Okay, it was sort of funny. So you get the Weebrew kit, aka Arabica, and the add-on kit. There it is.
Oh, it has 2 layers, everybody. It has all the expertise for your enthusiast layouts. And then these. These are some of my favorites.
I love those novelties, man. Lang, awesome job, bro. If you're watching, I think you're watching. Lang better be watching. Now I'm gonna be butthurt.
All right.
Anything about Infinity?
What is our keyword for this? All right, launch is putting it together.
How about I love latte? Can we do that?
Can we do I love latte launch?
I hope latte's watching. 'Cause I love latte. I mean, the drinking kind and the person.
She's watching. Okay, the keyword is actually love latte. Okay, I love latte.
Is it I love latte?
I love latte.
I love latte.
Everyone loves latte.
Holy
We
moly.
have this joke that she's employee of the month.
Every month. She has a parking space out front that's reserved for employee of the month. But she lives in Vancouver, so she never uses it. Here, it's over here. I can't reach it.
I'm clumsy.
We're boomers. We should have those things that you pick up stuff with.
Oh, the stick, the boomer
I can
stick.
get it here.
Nice work. Don't worry, we'll send you a fresh set. Not
Yeah, you'll get a brand new
not
one.
the one I've been futzing my hands
We
on.
have some extras.
Yes, I feel like I should grab one of her dust masks to show off now.
But while you do that, I'll go back. I'll tell the story of how this all started. I've had all kinds of weird jobs in my career, but the longest one I had, I worked as a quality technician for 3M Corporation for about 11 years. Learned a lot about corporate culture, Six Sigma, things like that, boring stuff. But I also learned a lot about manufacturing processes, which was really cool. And growing up in Detroit, obviously, all the jobs I had before that all had something to do with manufacturing. But took a departure from that. The day my daughter was born, I quit my job and started a company. I'd been kind of leading up to it, but I made the decision the day my daughter was born. I didn't want to punch a clock anymore. And I started my business as a kind of like an insurance adjuster, but I worked as a consultant for restoration companies where the guys that come and knock on your, I'm sure anyone who lives in Texas, which a lot of you probably do, whenever a hailstorm comes through, the guys knock on your door and say, hey, we can get you a new roof, blah, blah, blah. I would work for those guys to battle with the insurance company to get the claims paid properly. It was a cool gig, but arguing with people for a living got very tedious. And I realized the business wasn't scalable because it was really hard to train people, and the work was just highs and lows. I started this company as a hobby in the middle with my old buddy Uncle Broody. And you guys, does anyone remember Uncle Broody? I don't think he's even on Reddit anymore. Giveaway ends in 3 minutes. Anyways, Uncle Broody, if you're watching, which you're probably not because he's a bigger boomer than I am. We started TKC together. We ran Terminal, and then at some point down the line, I just decided to do this full time and just stop doing insurance. It was, I think, was it 2019? Does that sound right? No, it was 2018. It was when I was going over my wife's hair salon, which was another big thing. And I jumped all around with that. I can't sit in a room and talk by myself. It makes me feel like I'm crazy. I'm not good at this. The computer's talking to me. What?
I don't know big ones here.
Oh, yeah, I know, but it's like it's an empty room. It just feels weird.
That was the hardest part for me.
Okay, anyway, so yeah, that's basically the story.
All right.
Focused all my energy on TKC, and it was at the right time because people were really getting into keyboards, and we've really crossed the line. I mean, how many of you guys? Let me just ask. I want to address the public here and ask this question. When someone asks you about your keyboard, somebody doesn't know anything about keyboards, and they look at your keyboard on your desk, or they find out that you spent $1,000 on a keyboard, they say, "So like for gaming, right?" Is that pretty much what everybody says, or is it just me? I'm waiting for the... Yes, yep, 100 guesses. Exactly, it's so annoying! Once in a blue moon, though, like, oh, like music keyboards? Which I think is cool, because if someone, it feels flattered, like, yeah, I designed keyboards like that. One day we'll build an actual music keyboard.
Giveaway's still going.
It's still going. It has nothing to do with gaming, exactly. And then people, even people with a desk job will say, well, why would I spend hundreds of dollars on a keyboard? And I says, hey man, does your electrician use screwdrivers from Harbor Freight? No.
They use good stuff.
Yeah, he goes and gets the Kleins or the Greenlees or something like that. But
that was actually our dean's message on Keyboard University.
Yes, you don't buy junk if you're a professional. Yes, so if you type for a living, which many of us do.
Yeah, well, if we have an office job, we use a computer. You better enjoy the thing you're working on all the freaking time.
Yeah, of course. So what do you got? Ooh, pedal to the metal. This is a good one.
All right, our giveaway is going to end in a minute and a half, so enter the keyword I love latte if you want to enter for a full-on set of Infinity Cafe with both add-on kits. And just because we're talking about latte, she is one of our early TKC hires. I just want to shill her freaking desk mats. Look at this. Isn't that gorgeous?
Oh, come on. There you go. I want this on a pink sweatshirt out of the way.
Apparel is unfortunately one of those things we just kind of don't have enough capacity to do. But
we'll
next year, we're going to have someone do a production. We're just going to have a banging apparel line to go with everything we're making.
I've already been talking to some people about that. This one's really good too.
Latte is also the queen of puns.
Yes.
Staff. So we coined this term called pouring a latte if someone makes a pun that is equally amazing and cringeworthy. So this one's called silverware.
Silverware.
And this one, the other one we just showed, is called pedal to the metal.
Petal. Oh, petal.
Petal.
With a T.
Petal.
Is it flowers?
Ah.
I love it. I hope latte, you know those books that are like intended to be on the back of the toilet? You know what I'm talking about? Anybody know what I'm talking about? It's like stupid facts or like just like whatever. Latte should just write a book of puns that people buy and just leave on the back of the toilet when people are bored with it. Like you forgot your phone, you just read puns all day. I'd buy it for everybody for Christmas.
My staff present 2021. So enter the giveaway. Rolling in 2 seconds. Hurry up.
Goodness.
Rolling now, everybody. Shh. Congratulations, Short Schnee. Oh, tongue twister. You are the winner. The TKC Twitch account will DM you for deets. And you have won Infinity Cafe plus both. Congratulations!
Oh, you stole my beer.
Oh. Yes, I stole Jason's beer, everybody. Sorry.
Okay, good more.
Oh, I guess I should tell my origin story. I worked in the tech industry for about 12 years before joining the geek company. I don't know if everyone's super familiar with the tech industry. You know, it's kind of like Silicone Valley, the TV show, except that shit is too real, so I can't watch that show without, like, dying a little bit on the inside. But, like, I had a cushy job. I didn't have to do anything. I got paid a lot, so it took a lot to, like, consider.
Oh my god, your old boss is out. I'm just kidding.
I was gonna say something really mean to the stream if he was actually on. I actually lost my tooth on the day Magic Girl opened.
Your tooth?
Do you remember? I was in the ER when you were texting me. We had a really good opening day.
I don't remember that.
Oh my god. I actually was in the ER the day Magic Girl Round 1 opened because my old boss was straight up abusive. I'm just gonna talk about this, like... Oh yes, the camera's over here. I'm just gonna talk about this because we're here and we're...
I want to hear
Jason
about
got real. Well, you know, he quit his job when his daughter was born and started doing his own thing. I just like had a come Jesus moment when I felt like face planted on the pavement because I had to ride one of those shitty tech scooters to go uninstall IKEA booth at a con because my shitty boss would not pay someone to like actually do that for us. So I had to do it myself. I got overpaid to do that.
I was gonna say that's a you paid a union contractor to do it. Would have been cheaper than paying you.
So I was tired, but I didn't want my so it was me and a teammate. I didn't want my teammate to do it himself. So I okay, fine, I'll get on this stupid tech scooter. I'm just gonna go get this done and then I'll go sleep all weekend. Of course, I just had a moment where I just fell asleep on this tech scooter that was going maybe 10 or 15 miles per hour. Next thing I know, I am bleeding from the face. My face is on the pavement, and a very nice lady I did not know picked me up and shoved me in her car. I was like, I'm gonna take you to urgent care because you are bleeding.
You guys ever seen Misery? It could have ended badly.
So,
Jeez, I didn't know that happened.
I actually got really lucky. I seen the chat now. The ER doctor was like, you are so lucky. The only thing you lost was half your front tooth because people coming here on those shitty tech scooters, they have broken limbs. They have concussions. They were worried I got a concussion. That's what they were checking for. Or they are dead. So not only did Magic Girl become our 2019 bestseller, I got a root canal the next day using the royalty money.
No kidding. You still have the tooth?
This tooth is mostly fake now.
Oh, do you have the rest of it?
No, the rest of it is in the stranger's backseat because I didn't realize that was my tooth.
That would have been the best one-off artisan ever.
Oh, that's disgusting.
Resin filled.
I think I pinned a message from one of my OG fans and supporters, a little piece that said, you should get a pastel front tooth because of that day. So Jason was texting me about Magic Girl's opening. And I was like, sorry I didn't text you back in the last 4 hours. I was in the hospital.
Meat soup, that was meant to be a joke. I'm sorry if you took that. I meant that seriously.
So that was the moment I actually decided, you know what? I'm gonna move to the East Coast like I've always wanted to. So I was actually actually really grateful for this relationship now, but back then it was really hurtful because for most of my 20s, I dated someone for about almost 7 years. And we ended things amicably, but this was around the time I met, things were unraveling by the time I met Jason and, was working on keyboard stuff. So keyboard stuff gave me a lot of relief and sanity in that really difficult time. Coming out from a really long-term partnership. And when I fell face first on the pavement because of my abusive old tech job, I was just like, you know what? I'm gonna move to New York City like I always wanted to, even though it's a huge pain in the ass.
Yeah, you did that really quickly. Very quickly.
So I've been a lot happier since. I'm really grateful for the people I did get to meet at the mini meets in New York before COVID happened, of course. I hope we get to all meet up again one day soon.
I can't wait to travel again. I'm so over COVID.
Me too.
Ugh. You know what? I was just gonna knock you for not testing that thing before you screwed it back together.
Oh, crap.
Yeah, I'll plug it in and just make sure you got all the keys working.
Oh wait, how are we gonna test it if there's no switches?
Oh, you didn't put the switches in yet. Never mind. My bad. So speaking of rare artisans, I don't know how many OGs we got out there.
Well, Jason has a pretty nice collection.
Thank you. I wasn't actually going to bring him out, but there was one artist in particular I was going to talk about, which I thought was really cool because I got to hold it in my hand.
Oh, really?
Yes. How many OGs out there know of the old school flux capacitor with the tritium vials inside of it? I'm pretty sure Clack made it. Yes, Portico's hotspot.
Why does it sound like everyone at TKC has a terrible origin?
The story's cool, man. I worked in insurance. I made okay money, and I took control of my destiny. Susan losing a tooth, that was, I don't know. Just, Susan, don't get out any more scooters. You should have took an Uber.
I wanted to take an Uber, but San Francisco traffic during rush hour is slower than literally taking a scooter.
Rich farmer members. Wow. No, I do not have the flux capacitor artisan. I got to hold one at a meetup once.
I don't even know what this is.
It's so cool. Well, she doesn't even know what the flux capacitor is. Seriously, Susan, you know what the flux capacitor is?
What is flux capacitor? Look at me.
It's Back to the Future, man. It's the thing that makes the DeLorean travel through time.
Oh, okay, I have seen Back to the Future once.
Yes. So yeah, and then in place of the neon lights in the flux capacitor in the movie, there's itty bitty tritium vials. So it's actual radioactive material inside of the artisan. It's pretty dope. If anybody has one of those sitting around, they want to trade it for something or a large sum of money.
Jason has that.
Oh, Oh no, tritium won't kill you unless you eat it. Even then, I don't know if it would. I think you'd be worse off eating mercury or something.
I was told that we could test this with tweezers. Should we
Oh yeah, you can do that on Via.
Via, made by our friend Olivia. Oh look, LEDs.
Oh wait, you still have those other tweezers. You actually, I don't know if you're gonna be able to do it.
Wait, are we gonna be able to do it?
You can try. I've never tried this with a hotspot board. Cool. My computer, look at that. It knew we plugged in a keyboard and it opened Via, and now it's maximizing the window for us.
Wow, it's
This is freaking awesome, man. Let me tell you, these PCs are something else. I need to get rid of my Mac and get a PC. Hey Siri, open Via. Cool. Okay, key test.
Oh, Siri actually activated.
I gotta unlock my iPhone before I can do that. What's going on? What is this?
Well, I'm just gonna actually put it on screen for us.
Oh,
They
very
can see
cool.
it.
This is cool.
Via. Yes, well as my rest of my origin story is. Basically, I had that come Jesus moment. I moved to the New Yorks. I met some people in real life. I was actually really grateful that Olivia was actually the first person I met at her workplace because we both worked in tech at the time. And she invited me to a mini meet where I met a lot of key people who encouraged me to take the leap of faith to do this full time.
I'm glad you did.
I was freaking nervous. I still am nervous some days, but you know, I've been a lot happier, even though the days haven't always been easy, doing this than arguing in a room for 2 hours of where the button goes on the left.
You know, that's ironic because that's what I did. I argued with people for a living in my old job. Like, arguing with insurance companies is, I mean, it was, I made fun, I made it fun, but. And if you're watching, there's a particular adjuster at Auto Owners who I mailed a glitter bomb to. And if you're watching, that was me.
You really put it up.
Yes, he deserved it.
That was badass.
Let's see if this works. Are we ready to go?
Start testing.
I don't think it's gonna work with tweezers. I think we just put switches in it. It's not working.
It's not working? Why is it not working?
This tweezers don't fit in the hole. This is gonna be take longer than just doing it.
I guess because it's hot, so it doesn't work the same way.
No, it would, but you'd have to really shove them in there. I say we just put it together.
Alright, we're just gonna put it together. We're just gonna put it together. Let's see.
We're out of time. How fast can I put switches into a keyboard?
Alright, well,
You want me to do it? You want to yak for a while? Or you want me to, how about you put switches in and I'll show off another old keyboard?
do it.
Because I saved some good ones for last.
Do it. I'll do this.
Measure twice, cut once. Yes. That is an expression. Who remembers this monster? Anyone?
It's bad. Why is it?
This is the OG Skidata, man.
Oh, that's the one that...
It's got a trackball, and it only works on Windows 95. And this trackball is dreadful. Listen to this thing. Ugh. Vintage Cherry MX clears. They're pretty bad. Actually, they're not awful. But this was the inspiration for the original Skidata set. I don't know how many people are like, been around for Skidata, but if I switch the view, I don't know if we can. But anyways, yeah, that's where Skidata came from. Blurry. Come on, Sony. There it goes. Kind of.
Kind of.
I don't know what's going on. You can't get these anymore. At one point, I made a deal with this guy in Czechoslovakia to buy 20 of these. It was when TKC was very new, and it was going to be like a couple $1,000. I was like, I don't know if anyone's going to buy these. I very much regret it now. Because I think people would buy these. It's pretty cool. Do I have a beam spring? No, I have. Okay, funny story. So, this past summer, my wife asked me to buy these Adirondack chairs from this dude on Facebook. And we get to talking, whatever, and I tell him that I sell keyboards for a living. He's like, oh, like for gamers? Cringe. So we get to talking, and he tells me, oh man, my father has this old keyboard, in storage, and man, it's old and it's huge and blah, 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 blah. And I've heard this story 1,000 times, and it always ends up being some crappy thing that you don't want. So he sends me a picture, and it's a legit beam spring. Like, I forget the model, but really nice. I negotiated a deal with him. I was going to get it for, I think, $700. And The guy ended up screwing up my Adirondack chairs and became like a complete asshole, and I had to like file a PayPal claim on him. It was just terrible. So I know where there's a beam spring keyboard I can get, but I don't know if I want to buy it from this guy. Maybe I'll just pretend to like him again just to buy it. But if you've never tried a beam spring keyboard, they're interesting to say the least. They are not pleasant to type on. They are the size of, let me think of something equivalent in size. I don't know, a rowboat. I mean, it takes up your whole desk, and it has, I don't know, maybe like 40 keys on it. But they're cool because of the way they're built. They're so old school. Yeah, I had one a while ago. I borrowed one from an old friend of mine. Goes by the name of Gnarl Sagan, Redditor, keyboard guy. He let me borrow his for a while. I brought it to an Ohio meetup, and I shared a table with Of the Wild, and everybody was playing with it. It was pretty cool. You should put the switches on before you assemble. That's an easy way to blow out a hot swap socket. Carl Barkley.
Face cam.
What's going on here?
Plugging in.
This looks really good. You bend another one? Nope.
Should be fine.
I'm giving you the D. The D button. How's what? We lost the camera.
Yeah, it's because I was trying to plug in the Portico to this. To test it online.
You what?
Not working?
Aggressive D smash, yes. Dragon fruits are linear, or no, dragon fruits are tactiles. If you've tried the kiwis, they have a very aggressive tactile bump. The dragon fruits are a more subtle tactile bump.
Okay. Turn it on ultra.
Call tech support.
Turn it on.
There it goes. The dragon fruits have a less pronounced tactile bump, more like an ergo clear. So it's kind of like a nice happy medium between a tangerine and a kiwi.
Ugh, building a keyboard's more fun. There's no time pressure.
It's okay, we got a half hour. I'm surprised we found stuff to talk about this long. I thought we were gonna be standing here like, yeah, you watched the game last night?
No, I don't watch games.
I don't either. Yes, I am not a sports fan, just so everyone knows. I like hockey and basketball, but I don't watch it. I'll go to a game and that's it.
I think it's giveaway time again.
No, I was literally hitting the D button. That's what the D thing is about.
Should we give away more?
What hockey team? Red Wings, man! Come on, I'm from Detroit.
You want to give away more dragon fruits?
More dragon fruits? We can give away more dragon fruits.
All right, everybody.
Give
Another.
them the DF.
We're giving you the DF.
Boo, Detroit. Yeah, I know we suck lately really bad, man. But come on, for like most of my life, the Red Wings were pretty awesome.
All right, everybody. Keyword DF switch. It'll also be in chat. We have a few minutes to enter. I'll let you know when entries are almost up. Oh, look at the chat go.
While they do that, should I show off another vintage keyboard that might interest people?
Yeah, you have a ton of them.
Okay, well, I got two left in this pile that I'm going to show. This one I'm particularly proud of because I've only seen one other example ever, and it was on GCAC. I don't know. No, it was on Desk Authority. I don't know how many years ago, and I think the guy sold it for some obscene sum. So I don't even know what this thing's worth. I don't really care. I just think it's cool that I have it. If eventually, I'm sure there'll be a keyboard museum.
Yes,
Shit,
we're gonna start.
you know what?
We're gonna start.
I'll open a keyboard museum. I just don't know where to put it. Maybe New York.
New York, would be great.
Manhattan. Anyways, this belongs in the keyboard museum. This is this.
This is this.
This is this. If it ever zooms in, you guys can see what it says on it. Maybe if I go to can you hit the middle button?
Middle button. Ah. There you go, middle button. Right here.
So, if I'm wrong on any of these details, you guys can crucify me if you'd like, but I'm pretty sure this is a Model M case, plastic case. But these are Alp switch. Well, actually, I think they're Matias. They're really crappy switches, but it was made by Sega for a Sega game system that was only available in Japan. Cool Weeb Legends for the Weeb fans. And this particular example is in mint condition. I've only seen one ever before. So if you're an Alps fan, this is a pretty cool. Look at the space bars. Do they make space bars like this? No, it was like 1.25U.
What the heck?
One-
Oh,
1.5
that's space bar?
1.5 U space bars.
Wow.
Like, listen how that's that. Yeah, I'm pretty proud of this one. I like this one.
Yes, we are building this with dragon fruit switches, which is our giveaway right now too. DF switch to enter.
Alp's bad. Who said that?
He didn't come beat you up.
Alps are awesome. Alps are bad if you've only tried bad Alps, like black Alps or cream Alps. If you ever tried brown Alps, I honestly think they're the best tactile switches out there. Just they're really, really hard to find. Let's see. Matcha Matsu is asking when we will sell the blackberries. I addressed this earlier. Maybe I'll address it again since everybody's dying to know. I've got the color samples. I think they look really good, but this is nothing more than just a color sample. The problem is the factory is having a hard time. Their equipment is not outfitted to install click jackets on stems. So until they make the investment in the infrastructure to do so, we're kind of limited. I've offered to pay for it, but as you guys know, JWK is pretty busy making switch orders right now. So we'll see what happens. If they're not able to do it, we have other tricks up our sleeves. Jeez.
This hurts my fingers.
How many pins did you bend?
Oh wait.
All of them.
All of them?
All of them.
It's got an easier way to do this.
Yeah, that's the other thing too. The Voodoo Bear. Hey, Voodoo Bear, you're right. I think Alps probably get a bad rep too because most Alp keyboards are covered in crud and funk. Like, ugh, they're so old, a lot of them. I'm really confused, my Teja, and you love Alps.
Why is it confusing?
I don't know.
Okay, I don't know. Do we think keyboards are a fad that'll die down after COVID?
No. I honestly think keyboards are just going to push further into the mainstream. I think they've sat as like they've been like an afterthought for far too long. Now that people are paying more attention, I mean, I don't want to go off on like one of those long tangents, but I remember the first computer we ever had in the house, and it came with actually a pretty nice keyboard. This is because I'm fucking old. It was a Packard Bell 486. It was like 4 megabytes of RAM or something like that. I had floppy drives. This was before CD-ROMs. But it came with a really nice keyboard. I'm pretty sure it was a Model M. And keyboards that come with them now are just these crappy rubber dome, I've been to recycling centers, like keyboard splunking, and there's literally mountains of rubber dome, like factory keyboards just laying around everywhere. Nobody wants those. Now that people are paying more attention to building their PCs to look cool,
Okay. TF Switch giveaway ending in a few seconds, everybody.
Yeah, that same PC. My man. What was that awful game we used to play? There was
We're gonna take the draw for our giveaways soon.
Yeah, there's some guys my age in here. Look at it. One guy had a 386.
Nice. I don't know what a 386 is.
It's
DF Switch.
But no, I don't think it's a fad. I think it's just going to continue on to become more and more mainstreamed. Every once in a while, there's a huge paradigm shift in the way consumers interact with products. I've seen it happen several times in my lifetime. I mean, we went from like the VHS cassette, and then Laserdisc was like a thing, and then DVD, and now it's just streaming. Same with music. I mean, I recharged my cigarette. I mean, who would have thought you'd be plugging your cigarette into the wall, right? So, how you interact with the keyboard, it's been an afterthought for so long. Now there's so many choices.
Closing.
Switches, materials, etc. I think it's just going to keep becoming more and more prevalent.
Congratulations to Devil. You have won a bag of dragon fruit switches. I said that right.
Pentium 75. Ooh, he had the good ones. You guys remember zip drives? Not like, what is it called? What's that app that's been asking me to pay for it for 20 years and I've said no?
What?
WinZip.
WinZip.
Not WinZip, but like there was these actual things called zip drives, or these gigantic floppy disks that I think they held.
WinRAR. Is that WinRAR?
WinRAR, yeah. Zip drives came out. It was 100 megabytes, and everyone's like, "Wow, 100 megabytes! Oh my god!" kind of funny now when you think about it. I'm really dating myself talking about this stuff.
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about, to be honest.
I got my AARP card in the mail not long ago.
Nice. Good.
Do you want me to take over for a minute? You need a break?
Yes,
You carpal tunnel?
my fingers hurt.
You get in the tunnel?
I have RSI, everybody.
Oh, it's really bad.
Yes, don't use that one. There's a bunch here.
I'll let Susan ramble for a while.
All right, what am I rambling about, everybody?
Whatever you want.
Ask me questions.
Nothing political, please. Thank you.
Yeah. Nothing too, well, spicy is fine, but show us the Portico carrying case. I guess we could do a little retour of everything for the people who join us a little later.
This one's got some dirt on it.
So,
Well,
this Portico has the zipper that matches the purple. It has our little logo on it, and that little handle. There's two zippers, one on each side, so be all fancy. Take it to a meetup when we have those again.
By the way, when COVID's over, my office is in Lake Orion, and if you guys want to have a meetup here, we got a lot of open space we could use, and we'll have
Pocket
one.
on the top. The Portico will fit here. Very nice. This is actually the cable that comes with it. I think it's a really nice starter cable, so you don't have to worry about getting one right away. Here is the one I built yesterday. A clear Portico with the Team Liquid keycaps. This has the 62G tanges in them. So we will be selling the keyboard only kits sometime in December. It comes with the case, the cable, and keyboard parts.
Price is TBD, but look for it right around the 120 mark.
Terminal Portico.
Yeah.
I think I can grab it in the other room.
Isn't it? I thought it was in here.
That's the one you took apart.
Oh, yeah, it's in pieces. Great, we're back to that Talladega Nights moment. Just kidding. Yes, injection molded polycarbonate. Got any KBs this year when I go to a meetup? Yes. As soon as COVID's over, I'll have a meetup here. It'll be fun.
Alright, everybody. Here is the bright terminal green Portico. It's taken apart because we took it apart earlier. Here is, if you missed it earlier, the silicone mat that comes with it. It has hexagons on it. Very cool.
These are dragon fruits. Whoever just asked. These are unreleased. They're going to be out in a couple weeks.
So we have them in 5 colors right now. And we'll probably have more in the future too. Oh no, leave it here.
Well, there'll be more colors definitely.
Yes, the mint Portico is more minty. This one. Here's mint versus terminal green.
What are the specs on the dragon fruit? Can someone paste them in there maybe? I don't know. They're a tactile switch, T1 clone, or not T1 clone, sorry, Ergo Clear clone. Spring rate, I can't remember right now. I want to say there's 62 gram, 65 gram, I don't know. Show off the vintage blue board with the trackball.
Let's get auto.
Is that old?
All right, that was old direction. We're good. Thanks for helping me.
Oh, you're welcome.
Fingers.
I only got one more vintage keyboard to show, and I'll show that one last because it's pretty dope.
Dope. Need that. All right.
Big text.
We're getting messed with.
Oh man, yeah, thanks for that, buddy. Appreciate that.
Someone asked if we would do an orange tangerine Portico. How dope would that be? Like this color?
That actually would be pretty cool. Price of the Portico, it's gonna be around 120 bucks. Haven't solidified that yet. It's gonna depend on what the tariffs are gonna do to us when we import them. That's the biggest hang up right now. Ooh, that's gonna sound really nice.
Yeah, is it in?
It's ready.
All right, should we test it? Or should we put caps on it?
You know what? We got 20 minutes left. Let's just put caps on and make it look pretty.
Okay.
I'm confident that it'll work most of the way.
Most
we
of the
can
time.
address any issues later. That's fine. I want everyone to be able to see a finished product and hear it typing. Does the Portico have a plate or PCB mount stabs? They are PCB mount stabs.
All right, let's do this.
Does anybody use plate mount stabs anymore? Is that even a thing? Face cam dead. Yeah, cool. I will deal with that. What happened here?
Oh, because of the battery, maybe. No?
It's hardwired.
Freaking weird. We're figuring out what the face cam is. Otherwise, you just leave
Working
me
it out.
here.
Do you get it back?
We're working on the face cam. Oh yes.
I turned it off and turned it back.
Turn it off and on again. That's an old trick.
I did that.
Do it again.
You unplug it? What side? Working?
Okay. No, it's still black.
I mean, the camera's on.
Camera's on.
Maybe it's software.
Okay, it's back. I don't know why. Sorry, everybody. It's back. It's back. It's back.
Is Rye still watching?
Hello, TKC Sentry. You still there? Your boss is paging you. Yes, he's there.
Oh, right on. Hey, man. I wore those shoes just for you, buddy.
Oh yeah, we can't even see them on stream. Oh, now you can. Look. Shoe cam. Someone asked about the black Portico. The smoke one.
Jake said it was an incorrect sample from the Dragon's Roots, but like somebody like the look, maybe something eventually. Yes, that is correct. I really like the color. As I mentioned earlier in the stream, I'm a big fan of hot pink. Green and smoke. We have mint, smoke, clear, purple, and terminal green for this round. We'll do more colors down the road too, and new form factors as well. More form factors are planned. Can't tell you which one's next though.
We're also gonna give away. We're gonna give away something else in a minute. What do you feel like giving away? Another dust mat? Or should we go bigger?
Well, we're kind of coming to the end here. I'd say we do a, what do the dragon fruits taste like?
You're gonna eat, oh god.
I don't think anything. I'm not eating a dragon fruit.
Not you're gonna eat a dragon fruit.
Yeah, it's gonna sound good. Any plans in the future for a TKL injection molded polycarb board? Possibly. There's a lot of stuff we're thinking about doing, but just can't divulge that information.
Let's give away a dust mat right now and then save our big one for when we
The very end?
Yeah.
Okay. We needed something to. Okay. Dust mat for me.
Dust mat number 4 me is the code.
Yep.
And you can choose between any of the dust mats we have in stock on our site now for the winner. You want to help me do this?
I have a hard time getting these out of the tray.
I know. My fingers are tiny and I have a hard time doing this.
Are you gonna use a novelty for the escape, or do you want to use the escape key?
Oh, I was actually gonna put one of I brought some of my artisans from the collaboration. Let me actually put it on that. Here's the Nekomata. Actually, that's one of my favorite things about the round 2. I actually had a chance this time, now that I understand how artisan the community and the culture works. Collaborating with a bunch of cool people, so it's been a real honor working with everybody.
Jeez, these are hard to get out of here. I've never pulled DSA caps out of these trays before. Now that I'm doing it,
Is it because it's DSA that's
it's
in it?
because it's DSA. Jeez, I can't get them out.
Maybe we should make the trays lower.
Oh my god, this is embarrassing. I got one, literally the one.
The one. I think this is too big. Keep it.
Yeah, what is that, dude? That's the enter key.
I don't know what I'm doing. I haven't
Oh
let
my
you go,
God.
everybody. There we go. That is the end. This is the backspace key. I designed this set, I swear.
You'll be good for pulling these out of here. If you're taking apart like an Apple product or something where you have to use one of those spudgers. Are they called spudgers? Am I saying that right? You guys gonna make fun of me?
What's a spudger?
It's like a plastic spatula thing used to pry an electronics apart.
Oh, fancy.
Who designed GMK Black Lotus? That was Potato Clack. Is pretty sure he's a guy from, is he in the Philippines? Someone correct me if I'm wrong.
I don't know, actually.
Any plans to bring more GMK sets to PBT? What do you mean, Gearman? Do you mean like more designs that were originally made in GMK to bring them to Infinity? Infinity Olivia, tell your boy Mike, we'll do it. Yeah, any designers that want to run sets with Infinity, starting next year, we're going to have other vendors. Other vendors will have access to the factory. They can run sets on their sites, and any designer who wants to run, if you can get a vendor to run it, we will get it made for you.
Spoilers, we actually have a few lined up, so you were in good company in terms of having this process set.
Infinity Jukebox, man, that's a cool set. Good call. I haven't even thought about that set in a few years. That's a good one. Luke's gonna yell at me again. Talk about. Oh, well, I don't have any. Well, okay. Do you guys think we should stream more often? I mean, I could build a keyboard once in a while, and you could yak on stream if you guys want. Yes?
Be careful what you wish for.
One person said yes. I don't know, Luke. Only one. Oh, no,
a bunch of people right now.
Okay.
Yes.
Wow, jeez, holy moly.
So whenever I join Jason in town, we can definitely do this again.
We could probably stream remotely. I mean, like the way Top Clack used to do it. You just like go on Skype and then.
That's true. That's true.
You know.
We can do that too. But it's more fun when you do it in person.
It is. You know, I was recently in New York City visiting Susan. It was fun. Can we talk about that at all?
Sure, why not?
How about the first trip? That was even more fun.
Yeah, we've been doing a
giveaway ending in 2 minutes. You could have wrote that in the chat, bro.
The keyword is Desmat number 4 me.
The watch stream. That would be fun. What I thought would be fun is to bring a Portico and then bring one of my friends who knows nothing about keyboards to build one.
Oh my gosh.
I think it'd be fun to have Ernie build a keyboard.
Oh my gosh. This ultimate troll on one of your friends.
Not to be a troll, but it'd be proof that like anyone could build one.
Anyone struggle a little bit building one?
If my brother-in-law Frank can build a keyboard, anyone can build a keyboard.
What's...
We should have, okay, funny story. Oh, Vince built our macro pad. He's 4.
Your kid.
Yeah, Vince, he's really smart.
Oh my god.
This is just, I'm done with this. You have nails.
Okay, I'll do it.
Hand them to me and I'll put them on. How about that?
Okay.
Teamwork. Get the nails in there, man. Are they gonna break?
Oh my.
Okay, I'll go find a tool.
Okay, I'm just gonna dump. Actually,
Don't do that.
Don't dump them out. Yes, it is DSA, but the one time I showed my Dvorak keyboard and the TKC Twitter account retweeted it, I got the legendary reply. It's like, ew, what layout is that?
That's a spudger.
Ooh, cool.
These are spudgers. At least that's what I call them.
Spudgers.
Is it helping?
It's easier just use my hands. Alright, I think it might be the last chance to enter the giveaway. Desmat number 4 me. Your choice of anything we have in stock. 30 seconds. I don't know how streamers do this all the time. We're doing this already. We're rolling for the wiener. Congratulations, bubble teas for me. Wait, no 4.
What bubble tea?
Bubble teas me. You are the winner of our Desmat giveaway.
Congratulations.
our Twitch account, the Key Company will DM you for deets.
Give me this. Where's that stick?
The stick.
This will work. Here, you do this. Which key do you need now?
DSDF.
God, this is not helping.
It does not help.
If we're going to do more DSA sets, we need to redesign this.
The tray?
Yep.
We are definitely doing more DSA sets.
Jordan, put that in Notion.
Thanks, Jordan.
Give away any, what? No. Show off the last petition. Sure. Okay, here, you do that.
All right.
All right, I'll show you the last one. This one I really, really like. Pretty cool. So, and I don't know, I'm just going on what the guy I bought it from told me, what we know about it based on stuff we read on Desk Authority. So this is a really old Cherry board. So before Cherry made the MX switch, they made the MY switch. You guys, or the M8. Have you guys ever seen that? Actually, we'll grab that. I need to show something else before I can show this.
He's gonna grab something else.
The M8.
All right, everyone. We have one more giveaway for the night. It's our big one with full Candy Guard keyboard with one of the Candy Bar key sets that go with it.
So this is the predecessor to the Cherry MX switch. And these are some pretty cool switches, or some pretty cool caps. Here's the middle button. Here, check this out. Spacebar for days. But if you look at one of these, it looks like an MX stem, but it's not an MX switch. So that's what they made before they made the MXs. This is not focusing. Anyway, those are banana splits beneath the dragon fruits. So this is thought to be a prototype board showcasing MX switches before they became production units. And it's pretty cool looking. So.
Look at that.
In all its glory. Now that's a space bar right there.
What is that, 10U, 11U? Something ridiculous.
You got a ruler?
No.
Yeah, it's brand new. This thing is mint condition. It's interesting how it's put together too. I'm pretty sure like it was built as a prototype. Oh, here we go. You can see this. A lot of step keys, and it's got a. This is a plug. I'm pretty sure this is the plug for the Apple IIe. So the theory was that this was going to be possibly a keyboard for an Apple product, but never became one. I don't know how accurate that is. This cable's pretty cool too, by the way, the original cable.
Oh yes, there's hella step keys on that cable.
Yeah, it's brand new. It's mint.
Everything is step.
I bought this 2 years ago, and it's been another thing that we'll have to put in the keyboard museum when we ever do one. I think we should, man.
Alright, we're almost done. I'm gonna put some mods on this side.
I hope you guys enjoyed the vintage boards.
Why wouldn't they?
Yeah, every mod is stepped on that thing is ridiculous.
Use normie stuff.
Like an actual shift button.
Yeah. Yeah, we have some here.
That's this one.
Yeah. Oop! Clumsy. Let's see. And then one more shift button.
Right here.
I guess we can use a normal shift button.
Maybe right here. What happened to like cap locks buttons that lock?
Tap buttons. Alright. We got a keyboard here.
Ta-da!
Okay, should we try typing on it? Oh wait. Oh, that's where I left them. LOL, that's okay. Let's see. Try to do a typing test on this. Okay.
Oh, people want to see this.
Okay. Okay. I'll let you drive.
What am I doing?
We'll let launch drive and set up our monkey type test.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yes, do people want to see this? I'll show it for anyone who's joined us recently. This is the clear Portico and our team liquid collaboration keycaps on them. I built it yesterday.
We should celebrate. Let's make sure it works.
Yes, it does have RGB backlights. You kind of see the default programming down here. The switches in this board are the 62G Tanjis.
Looks really good.
It is really hard to tell from a render how you will feel, and I think seeing one in real life makes a huge difference, which is why I'm excited for meetups to come back.
I like the feel of it too. I mean, even though it's injection molded and that would make you think that's gonna be lightweight and flimsy, that silicone pad in the bottom of it makes it feel really solid and sound really good.
Clackies. Is that the artisan maker?
Yes.
They are offering a trade.
Trade you the key for Alps. Which one?
Senpai noticed.
Whoa, is he talking about the flux capacitor?
Someone probably told him. We here. So we're setting up monkey
What
type.
is he doing?
So
Oh, wow. Very cool. So I have to do a typing test live for everybody?
Dark, I can do it. Well,
You don't type on a regular layout.
I have the Varrock set up for this.
Oh,
But you want to go first?
no, I can't type on Dvorak.
No, this is already set to QWERTY.
Oh,
Because
so-
watch, it has to type to QWERTY.
All right.
Are we doing this? Okay.
Am I good?
The CEO is going to do a type-in test.
It's gonna get ugly.
Wait, it's not work?
It's not working.
Why is it not working?
Oh no.
Keyboards are hard. It's not plugging into MacBook. It's plugging into the PC. We're bad at this. That's weird. Do we have to do anything on the software side?
I'm wondering if we did. Did we ever via this thing?
I don't know if we want to risk it.
I wonder if it's that USB card that we put into this PC this morning.
Yeah, I was gonna say it messed up the camera earlier, so that's probably why it.
Yeah, I think we should have to do just a typing sound video because I don't really feel like going and getting into the cables here.
Yeah, I don't want to mess up the camera at the last hour.
I'll just type out a message. What do you guys think? All the USB ports are being used right now. We put in an extra card even to fill up some of the spaces.
Mic closer. Like how close is close? They tilt it down. Is this how people do it? So crazy. So everyone that's dragon fruits.
I'm typing West Side Connection lyrics, by the way. It does sound really good, and this is a really nice subtle tactile bump. This is one of those like everybody was going after that real aggressive tactile bump for a long time, and then we all built a keyboard with switches like that, like the what were those purple ones Novel Keys were selling? I really like those box royals. Those were great, nice big tactile bump. But after like a couple days of typing on them, your fingers start to really. You're like, I can't deal with this. This is that nice middle ground where it's like it gives you that tactile feedback, but it's not fatiguing your fingers too badly. So I'm gonna do the tangerine one.
Here's that.
Are these stabs tuned?
There are no stabs on it actually.
Oh, this has no stabilizers, so
Because it's
we had to mock this up last minute.
product photo.
The switches are factory lubed. We have not done any further modifications to these switches. My fingers are so buff now. Swole AF. These tangerines, man, oh my god. Sounds so fucking good.
Oh, they asked to type slower, so you can hear it.
I'll type like a boomer.
Type like a boomer. Type like a T-Rex.
Yeah, there's no stab. We had to throw this together pretty quickly.
after we do this typing test, we're gonna do our last giveaway for tonight, the candy bar with candy bar case set.
Wow. What kind of stabs are those?
No stabs.
No stabs.
The Emperor's stabs.
They sound good though, man.
Without the stabs.
I think these keyboards are gonna be a big hit, man. I can't wait for everybody to try one. No stab gang. Oh, well here the keyboard's done.
Oh yes. Cheers.
This is not alcoholic whiskey, it's a thing. Anybody know what brand this is? Non-alcoholic whiskey.
Alright, they requested dragon fruits again. I will try to type slowly.
There is a smoke prototype, but it's we have to tweak the color, so I don't want to show it.
Spin it around the keyboard. Here's the front. Here's the edge. Oh wait, because this is what people want to see.
Yeah, it's a two-piece case for those of you who weren't here when we were putting it together.
The USB-C.
Two-piece case, gasket mount. There's a felt pad between the plate and the PCB, as well as a injection molded silicone sound dampening mat in the bottom of the case. It feels and sounds very solid for an injection molded case. Should we tell them how many we made? Someone's asking how many we're going to sell.
Of what?
Portico. Should we tell them?
I thought it was not limited.
Well, I mean...
Alright, let's do our giveaway.
Okay, what's the giveaway? A candy bar?
With one of the key sets.
Yep, candy bar, color of choice, candy bar key set of choice. If you're international, I think they need to pay shipping. No, they don't need to pay shipping. Whatever.
You feel generous today.
Yeah, it's the holidays, man.
It's the holidays, man.
Free of charge, but you got to pay duty if you're out of the country.
Yeah, we can't.
We can't pay duty for you.
Duty for duty. All right, launch. What is our hotkey? Our keyword? Yes. Duty.
There's some candy bars back here.
All right, everybody.
Yeah,
the keyword is going to be Happy Birthday TKC. If you were not on earlier, it is our fourth birthday this month on the 14th. That was the day that Jason and his old business partner, was it Brian?
Uncle Broody. Yeah, Brian.
Brian.
I miss you, Uncle Broody.
Oh.
I do miss Brian.
We'll clip that and send it to him. We turned 4 this year. That was the anniversary when they made their first Reddit post and launching the Round 1 GMK Terminal group buy.
That was fun, man.
4 fucking years ago. Holy shit. TKC could be a toddler.
I'll type happy birthday TKC on this really nice. These are lubed tangerines, BTW. Someone beat me to it.
BTW.
How is that space bar? It's maybe a little bit too much lube on that one. This one sounds really good. A friend of mine built this one. Took his time to lube the switches really nice and actually custom cut some rubber for the bottom of it to sound dampen it a little bit. But the candy bars, man, this aluminum case, it is thick.
Thick.
I think we actually said in the original Reddit post when we were selling these that if you could be used as a melee weapon. There's a lot of candy bars up here.
Yes. Actually, I really like this one. Your polycarb one.
Yeah, I like that font too. I'm a huge Apple font fan.
Oh, here it is. Yes. Actually, this is extremely classy. What's in this one?
Kiwis?
The kiwis?
Those are kiwis. I don't think I lubed the stabs though. I can tell you, didn't lube them. Wait. Yeah, I did. Oh, it's a lefty.
It's a lefty.
Well, I got to bring this home. My kids they saw it now. They need to have it.
You have 4 minutes to enter our candy bar giveaway, so make sure you type "Happy Birthday TKC" if you want to enter for a chance at this keyboard or one of the other colors we have in stock, and one of the key sets that go with it.
There are several cool options to choose from. Oh, here we can show them the candy bar packaging if no one's ever seen it before.
Oh, I've shown that off, but
You know those candy bars the high school kids sell to like get fundraisers for their basketball team? So it's kind of like going a throwback to that with the gold foil sticking out from the wrapper that you slide off. And just in case, we have nutritional facts on the back and the ingredients. Thanks, OCM. This thing is awesome.
yes, we love you. I don't know if you're watching, but we're really grateful for everything you've done for us.
Yeah, I mean, I've never had anyone literally like I can tell him 2 sentences of what I want, and then he hands me a file a few hours later, and it's exactly what I wanted. The guy is just brilliant.
All right, our exec coworker Sleek says we need to shill that we are streaming from an NZXT PC, and that is maybe an indicator for something to come.
Ah, yes.
It was pretty cool. It actually came out of the box.
That's gorgeous.
Yeah, they built it for us.
It's a really good build. I mean, the cables are managed beautifully. That's the nicest PC I think I've ever bought, because I haven't bought a PC in
Yeah,
like
he's
10
a Mac
years.
guy, so it's a pretty high bar for him.
Hey, you're a Mac girl.
Yeah, I am, but I have a PC now. Nouvelle stick.
Sell out.
I custom, for people who don't know, I'm just the most extra fucking bitch on the internet. I wanted the PC case to match my colors, so I got it custom powder coated in seafoam, and I sent it to this auto shop in New Jersey. It's like this guy in a wife beater comes out, he's like, "This is a really cool project. Thanks for commissioning me. Can I help you carry this to your car?" It's like 5 pounds.
I'd like to share something with everybody today who doesn't know Melodica that well. This girl literally lives her moniker perfectly. Every time we hang out, she's mint. Oh, I don't think I've ever seen you wear any other color.
It's not even because I'm trying. It's because I genuinely really like this color.
I know, but that's fine. I'm not picking on you, but it's like you live the part, man. You do it.
Yes. I really genuinely love this color, and I promise we'll get that mint perfect with the key set. I am just on their ass about it. I am very pedantic. And everyone's low-key scared of me because
I'm gonna tell you this. I know the mint color can be achieved in plastic because we've done it with the first Magic Girl set. I don't know if anode's ever gonna hit it perfectly though.
anode is apparently really tricky. I learned this the hard way.
We'll do some powder coat or some Cerakote to figure it out, but greens with anode are very difficult.
And there's some history behind it because, well, in college I took a chemistry/art class, and green blues were the last colors in the language, like any language, to actually get the names. Because people look at the sky and they call that shit red before they came up with the terms blue and green, because those were not colors that people were really used to.
Because they couldn't reproduce them.
Right. And then when they did, in the old age paintings, you know how they're always like muddy browns and yellows and stuff? They used to be blues and greens, but you know, oxidation and other chemical reactions.
You're using cobalt and it oxidized.
Yeah, that shit used to kill painters. It was like toxic. It wasn't until really recently that those paints were actually safe to use, so that's a little piece of history. So I think I'm pretty sure I have some amount of synesthesia, especially towards visual colors. I think that's also a reason why I'm really attracted to and really picky about blues and greens. I get really tilted when people argue like, mint is a green or a blue color. I'm like, no, it's its own color. It's not blue or green. It's in between. I get really annoying about it.
Anytime I hang out with Susan,
all right,
in any city, we always make sure to go to a museum because she is fun at museums.
Yes, I am a very annoying person.
Art museums.
Yes, I will give you a little history from my point of view. Also, our giveaway is gonna roll soon, so happy birthday TKC for your chance to win a candy bar and a candy bar case set.
We're 4 years old.
4 years old. We're a toddler.
We'll be in kindergarten next year. Who won the giveaway?
All right, Violence with a 3 in their name.
I can't
You
read.
are the winner. Congratulations.
Violence. Wait.
The TKC Twitch account will DM you for details. And we are actually a little bit over time.
Jeez, we're way over. Jeez, I'm gonna yell that. We have a Brazilian birthday party to go to.
So we're actually going to raid and throw our stream back to Max F Live. I totally did a bad job shilling this, but
Check out my man's mustache.
yes, he has grown a mustache for Movember. We have been doing this as part of a charity event, Keyboards for Movember, supporting men's health.
Thanks for watching, everybody.
Yeah, thank
you enjoyed it.
so much for tuning in to. This is the first stream we've hosted.
This was fun.
Yeah.
I want to do this again now.
Yeah, I think I have to fly my ass back here to do this a few times in real life.
Let's do the next one in New York.
All right, we can
From
do
the Roxy, if we can get a good enough internet connection.
Oh God, I guess I can at least drive my PC to Roxy.
Yeah, definitely. And all this crap, let's bring it.
We'll get the live jazz band in our next stream. No promises though.
I'll call Ken. Bring your saxophone.
All right, everybody, we're gonna throw a raid to Max F, and we're gonna say goodnight for tonight.
Yeah, thanks everybody for watching. Happy Thanksgiving.
Yes, we're
Enjoy the
so
rest of the
grateful
weekend.
for all of you.
Very grateful. Thank you for making this possible. It's the support that you guys give that let us do the things we do and keep growing this hobby everywhere.
Yes, it's been a delight to be in this position to bring you really cool products.
Let's listen to Luke yell at us now.
All right, are we off?
I don't know.